welcome to another episode of the Principal's Den. It's been a while since we had a show. I've got a very special show today. I have 5 students from our 5th grade classroom who are doing superhero projects, and we will be interviewing each one of our superheroes. So sit back and enjoy the show today. Our first guest is Kagan Hawkins. Kagan is part of Mrs. Martin's class, and one of the activities that Mrs. Martin has her class do in order to experience different types of writing are superhero projects. Kagan, how you doing today?
Good.
You're doing good. Well, what superhero did you choose?
I chose a basketball player. His name is B-Baller.
B-Baller. And why did you choose the basketball player B-Baller as your superhero?
I chose him because I like the sport basketball, and it kind of interested me.
So if I got myself into some trouble and needed a superhero, what kind of stuff can basketballer get me out of?
He has explosive basketballs, which when he throws them and it hits something, they'll explode, and then he could cross people up, which is do all kinds of dribbling moves to make someone fall down or something. And then the last one is dunking on people, and that's when you jump in the air and throw the ball down on them.
So if I wanted to add a person to my dodgeball team, he would be a good person to add because he throws basketballs really hard?
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds like a good use for a superhero guy. So I understand that basketballer has a hideout somewhere?
Yeah, it's in a locker in a locker room.
It's in a locker in a locker room. So you go in that locker room and you come out as basketball man?
Yeah, he goes down and then goes back.
Now I know Superman, you've heard of Superman, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. Now Superman has problems when he's exposed to kryptonite. Is there something like that gives you problems?
Yeah, 3-point shots and getting crossed up, falling.
So you probably wouldn't be very good around me because I drain 3-pointers all the time. I'm dead eye on 3-pointers. Do you believe that?
No.
Well, Kagan, I'd like to thank you for being part of my show today. I was excited to hear about basketballer there. Basketballer, right?
B-Baller.
B-Baller, I'm sorry. I was excited to hear about B-Baller, and I hope that I stay safe so that I don't ever have to have B-Baller come to my rescue. But if I ever get into a dodgeball tournament, I'll let you. Well, our second guest today is Laura Moore. Laura, how are you doing today?
Hi.
So did you enjoy the superhero project that Mrs. Martin had you do in class?
Yes.
What did you like best about it?
I probably liked writing my backstory.
You liked writing your backstory. What's a backstory?
It's kind of like how your superhero got his or her powers.
Oh, I see. Because you don't really write them on someone's back.
No.
Oh, I thought maybe you guys used people's backs to write on. That's not it? Okay. All right, so you liked writing the backstory. Well, I'm curious because sometimes the principal gets himself into some trouble and might need a superhero.
Okay.
What's your superhero?
My superhero is Miss Librarian.
Miss Librarian. Wow. Well, so how is Miss Librarian going to save me?
Well, sometimes I don't exactly know.
So, what are her superpowers?
She has sticks in her hair, so if she pokes them through her hair, she shrinks in size, and she can turn invisible.
So if I lock myself out of my house, she could stick sticks in her hair and get really small and sneak through a crack and unlock my house for me. Wow. And she's invisible?
Mm-hmm.
So, I could get what was your superhero's name again?
Miss Librarian.
Miss Librarian. So I could get Miss Librarian to turn invisible and have her go sit in the teacher's lounge and hear all the bad things teachers say about me, couldn't I?
If you wanted to.
You would do that for me if I wanted to?
No.
I think that would be a great use. I think that'd be a great use. So teachers, you better watch out. You never know when Miss Librarian is going to be in there. So what other kinds of things does Miss Librarian like to do?
Well, she also has one more superpower. She
Oh,
can shoot books out of her hands, so
Shoot.
she can knock people out.
oh, so if somebody's trying to escape from school,
Yeah.
boom, that book can fly and knock them upside the head, and they won't get away.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? As slow as Mr. Bartmus is, that would probably be a pretty good tool to use because he would never be able to catch him, and that way he could catch him. So now I just got done talking to B-Baller, and I know you heard me because you were sitting back there and we talked about Superman and kryptonite, right? So what is Miss Librarian's kryptonite?
Well, she actually has two.
Two.
Yeah, it's loudness, because librarians normally get people be loud.
Okay.
And she's boring.
And what?
Boring.
Boring, because all librarians are boring, right? Some of them are. Well, Miss Quinones is, so I figured all of them are. So my guess is that your hideout is in a library.
I don't have one, actually.
You don't have a hideout. Oh, so where do you go make all your changes for, or do you just automatically turn invisible?
Sometimes I turn invisible so that I can do those things.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to show our viewers your picture of your superhero?
Not that good. One
Well-
eye's bigger than the other.
Well, you know, everybody got one ear lower than the other, so I think you'll be okay. There we go, Miss Librarian. This looks just like her. Look at that. Looks just like her. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Lauren, and we hope you can come back again another day. Thank you. Our next guest is Landon Gadigan. Landon, how you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Good. Did you like doing the superhero project?
Yes.
What was your favorite part of it?
Going superhero.
Doing the superhero? So, drawing it. Okay. And what superhero did you choose?
Fireman.
Fireman. What made you come up with Fireman as your superhero?
Well, I came up with it because I always like fire.
You always like fire?
Yes. And the color of it because my favorite color is red.
Oh, okay. Now you don't play with fire, do you?
No.
Okay, because it's not good to play with fire. You heard of Smokey the Bear? Well, Smokey the Bear prevents forest fires. So, one of the things about Lambin that a lot of you may not know is Lambin came to us from the Philippines, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and he has really done a very good job of picking up on our language and everything. So, if I were to need the help of Fireman, what kind of superpowers does he have?
We have fire blast, eye blast, which is made of fire, fireball, double blast, and I think that's all.
And you think that's all?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a pretty hot mess to me. Get it? Fire, hot mess? Yeah, okay. All right, there's my band. So what affects Fireman? What makes him not be able to do his powers? What's his kryptonite?
I'm not really sure what that means.
Well, that's a good question. Have you heard of Superman? Okay, and when they pull kryptonite out, it takes away all Superman's powers. What takes away your powers?
Water.
Water? That makes a lot of sense to me. So, now where does your superpower, or where does your guy hide out at?
Underground.
Underground?
Lava.
Lava? What else does he like to do?
We'll fly around the world, save people.
Fly around the world and save people. All right. What if I had to start a fire in my fireplace in the winter? Would he come and do that for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it cost me?
No.
You do it for free? Wow. All right. I don't need those Duraflame logs anymore. Well, Landon, you want to show your superhero to our
Yes.
viewing audience? Look at it. He didn't have any legs.
Well, he's flying right now.
Oh, he's flying right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can see why you like to do the drawing part. You did a really nice job of drawing that. Well, and look at that. Landon forgets his name, so he puts it on his shirt so that he remembers who he is.
We were only just from the German for class.
Oh, okay. You don't forget your name?
Yeah.
You do forget your name? Oh, you don't forget your name. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us on the show, Landon. Well, our next guest is Kinsey Crouch. You always wear that mask, or you just wear that sometimes? So
thought it was pretty fun
Why is that?
because you get to draw your superhero and you get to have fun and be creative.
Be creative. So what superhero did you choose?
Crazy girl.
Why am I not surprised by that? Crazy Girl. So what does Crazy Girl do?
Well, like when she needs to save someone, her ponytails come alive and they make the villains wet their pants so they run home and change.
Well, you get to be my age, it doesn't make ponytails to do that, but so that's a pretty interesting, I'm not really sure what to say to that one, to be honest with you. What else does she do?
Her family, her mom, when she goes cross-eyed, she hypnotizes villains.
She hypnotizes the villains. So could she hypnotize me to lose weight?
No,
Oh,
just makes you fall on the ground.
and wet my pants?
I could do that part.
So now I think I sat in yesterday when you did your press conference. Don't you have some other family members that are superheroes too? What are their names?
I have Stinky, Pouncy.
Okay, I have to ask about Stinky. What's Stinky do?
Her breath.
Her breath?
It's the worst.
Okay, halitosis?
I don't know.
You don't know what halitosis is?
No.
It's chronic bad breath.
That probably explains her.
Okay. And then you have Pouncy? And what's Pouncy?
She pounces on the villains.
Is it a sister or what?
Dog.
It's a dog. Big dog or little dog?
Little one.
Little dog. Yeah, those ankle biters. So then who else do we have?
And then we have Wacko Man.
Wacko Man. Who's that, your dad? Why is he Wacko Man?
Just makes sense with the rest of the family.
Oh, okay. Makes sense with the rest of the family. All right. Any other ones?
My mom is Weird Woman. And that just fits with the family too.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you have an interesting family. Now, I've asked all the other superheroes about what takes away their superpowers. What is it that affects you?
The stare.
This. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One other thing I'd like to ask you, Kenzie. Would you like to show your superhero to the crowd? All right. Ooh, what's that?
My laser eyes.
Laser eyes. All right. Well, that's very cool. That's very. I don't know how you got those laser eyes, but those look pretty dangerous. Well, Kenzie, I'd like to thank you for being on our show, and I hope you can come back another time. Okay. Our fifth and final guest, last but not least, is Kaylee Ellis. How you doing today, Kaylee?
Good.
You're doing good. So are you nervous sitting up here at the principal's den? What's more nerve-wracking, being on the principal's den or doing the press conferences in Mrs. Martin's room?
I don't know. I haven't been to Miss Martin's room yet.
Oh, so you haven't done your press conference yet. Well, then you'll be a pro at this. So what did you enjoy most about your superhero project?
I enjoyed drawing it.
You enjoyed drawing it? Okay. Well, what did you draw? Who's your superhero?
Fantastic book.
Fantastic book. You want to show the crowd Fantastic book? That way, sometimes I forget, so we won't forget this way. So what does Fantastic Book do?
She has the ability to read other people's books. She can change the books that other people are reading, and she can make books fly.
So, if I had to read a book for a class and I didn't want to read it, I might call on Fantastic Book to come and read my book for me. Oh. Will they tell me what the book's about, or will I just read it?
They'll just read it.
Oh, well, that's not going to do me a lot of good then, is it? And what else did you say that she did?
She can make books fly and
change them? Why would we need to change books, or why would she change books?
Because if she was reading someone else's book and she didn't like it, she could change it.
Oh, then the other person gets the book that she doesn't like? Well, how's that fair? What if the other person liked their book? You don't know? You don't really care, do you? So where's your secret hideout?
In the library basement.
In the library basement. Do you hang out with Ms. Librarian some? Do you? Okay. And what takes away your superpowers?
Mystery books.
Mystery books. Not a big fan of mystery books, huh? What kind of books do you like?
There's fictional, non-fictional, and historical.
Those are the kinds of books that you like? Okay, well that's interesting. I'm glad to hear that. Well, again, we have the fantastic book as a superhero. She hangs out in the library, and her kryptonite is mystery books. I would like to thank you for coming to our show today. And would you like to come back again sometime?
Sure.
Sure, you'd like to come? Okay, well, we'd be glad to have you. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
You too.
Good luck at your press conference, okay?
Okay.
All right, don't mess it up too bad. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Principal's Den. It was a very fun day of hearing about our superheroes and having the students come in and talk about their superheroes. I hope everybody enjoys their spring break, and then we will be back after spring break with another episode of the Principal's Den, talking to some of the students in Mrs. Rispin's 4th grade class about their Hoosier projects. Thank you, and have a good day.